I think you ought to do something in music.
Thank you.
Highlight a couple of things. A couple of things that I also wanted to mention is that we also have the mantra for psych is nurturing the GPA, as all our students here know and have been doing for the past 2 years for the 10th grader. But a couple of the things that we have in place to help them in carrying out that mission is the after-school study program, which is on Tuesdays and Wednesdays after school in the library from 3:30 to 5. So anyone that wants to join that and maybe can't make the weekly meetings, you're more than welcome to join us in the library, 3:30 to 5, Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
What does that look like? Do students bring their work with them, their homework from any class?
They bring their homework if they have homework. Clearly, the first objective to raising scores or grades is to not miss any assignments.
Right.
That definitely helps you prepare better for quizzes and exams. Then the second thing is if you're already on top of doing daily work but maybe are not testing at the best scores, then you want to come and improve your testing skills by working with either a teacher or upperclassman tutor. We have some very talented upperclassman tutors right now. Not many of them, but the few that we have are very, very skilled and talented. So if you're interested in being a tutor, 11th or 12th grade for the remaining year and 11th grade current year, we welcome you to sign up for that as well. Then the other thing that we do is we have a SAT, ACT preparation class in the fall. We were hoping to have one in the fall and one in the spring, but our instructor for that is a University of Iowa student who, unfortunately, her commitments in the spring have been a little overwhelming and hasn't been able to do it. But we will have them again in the fall, and those usually start in September, and they last about 6 to 7 weeks. Okay.
That's great that the school offers the ACTSA Preparation. Is that something that you think you'll be taking advantage of as students?
I know I took it last year, and it was
good.
really helpful, and she would just sit there and work with you, just kind of on simple, basic things, algebra that you kind of overthink sometimes as far as story problems, and she's really helpful as far as vocab and just kind of doing things that you wouldn't normally do in your everyday.
Yeah. Well, since psych is a program that helps students succeed academically and raise the GPA, what do you think are some of the biggest challenges for students like yourselves or your peers who are trying to do well in school? What are some things that are difficult about being a high school student? Why do you need these services? Of course you do.
I think a lot of the time, these services get overlooked as freshman and sophomore. And once you start moving into your junior and senior year, you start to remember, oh, this was offered to me when I was first starting high school, but I didn't think I needed it now. And many things like the ACT program and the after-school studying and tutoring, it's something that's very missed once you are a senior or junior and you're about to take the ACT, or you could use some extra help on your tests and quizzes. So it's just having that sense of knowing that this stuff was here at the beginning, but it's not so much available now, or it's a little bit too late. So.
As minority students, have any of you had to adapt to a new language? Coming from Venezuela, tell us a little bit about what that's been like, adapting to the English language while you're doing difficult, high school course loads.
Yeah, well, at the beginning it's always different, either it's learning English, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, whatever it is. It's always hard to move to a different country and learn a new culture and a new language when you're in school and you have to interact with all these other people. For me, it was a little hard at the beginning since I knew nobody at school and I didn't have like a tutor or something with me like all day long. So I just kind of had to go through my classes by myself and try to figure out what was going on and try to figure out the homework. And it is a little hard, and it's really good that people out there understand when you see an exchange student that that sometimes they need help, and if you can offer that help and if you can help them through, that will be something that we all will appreciate, since I know what it's like. And thank God I met a lot of new friends, and I started being involved in like choir and sports and all this kind of stuff that actually helps you to learn the language quickly and get used to it and just fit in and do everything that everyone else is doing.
This group of students, including Ben behind the cameras, are a great example of how to manage all of school. the academic side along with the extracurricular side, along with things that are they're involved in outside in the community, because they also do some volunteer work on their own, I know, and they're involved in dance classes outside, even though we've collaborated with the dance program. I mean, they're a great example of how to manage, and it's one of the keys to really being successful, and it'll help them in their college lives too, and careers.
Oh, it certainly will. You know, speaking of college life and future careers, you know, what sorts of life skills do you think that you've developed as a result of psych and all of the activities you've been able to participate in as high school students at West?
I think public speaking.
Yeah. Well, case in point, you guys are doing very well.
I mean,
young professionals.
Besides just even taking a class in school, I think just being in psych gave me the opportunity to speak up. And a lot of times, even when you see a student and they're having some trouble speaking in front of class, these are the type of skills you learn just being in a club. I mean, everybody has a chance and an opportunity to speak and state their opinion in front of everybody, and it just really helps your skills when it comes to
You all agree?
Yeah, absolutely.
What else? What other sorts of skills or qualities do you think you've been able to develop through psych?
I'd say probably leadership skills, because a lot of it is, especially us being officers, is when you go into the meetings, you have to kind of take control. And I find that the leadership skills helped with a lot more than just psych. I'm also in debate, and so being kind of a leader helped with that, because it makes it a little bit easier to make your point and converse with your opponent and whatnot. And I also find that just every day is it's a little bit easier with the leadership skills, because my mom's a dentist, so I work with little kids because they come into the office and they're all like, oh, and so it's like, you know what, we'll draw and whatever. So it just seems like whatever daily skills that you need to have, leadership is one of those main things.
I'd like to just remind everyone, I see that they're saying we're running out of time.
Yeah, it goes right quickly.
May 3rd is the recognition night. May 3rd at 5:30 in the auditorium at West High. We expect to be handing out about approximately 150 recognitions for academic improvement, including some special graduation recognitions for the 12th graders, and also the most inspirational teachers are going to be recognized as well. So May 3rd, 5:30 in the West High Auditorium, and then the actual program starts at 6.
Well, congratulations to all of you, should there be any recognitions coming up in the room tonight. Inspiring teachers, anyone been inspired by a teacher? You know, final word, if you had to give advice to your teachers, you know, who want to help foster, you know, cultural awareness, celebrate diversity, and help minority students to succeed, what do teachers need to do?
They need to listen.
They need to listen, all right. And all of you need to listen to me, because we're winding things down right now. So we just want to thank our group here with Psych from West High School for coming in this evening and sharing quite a bit about their experiences with us, and they did a wonderful job. Join, if you'd like, at West High School, and thanks for tuning in to Education Exchange.